Well, boys, week nine's in the books, and that was a wild one. I'd say the barn burner matchup of the week had to go out to myself and Simple John's team. It was tough because if I had lost that match, you pretty much could have guaranteed that my ass was going to get beat. But alas, we have a clusterfuck on our hands. That's right, I'm talking about the kind of clusterfuck that almost ensued that night with Rebecca Factor in the chapter room. We got a 5-way tie on our hands, and anybody's fair game to get their ass beat. It would be too easy to saw those poor saps again, and quite frankly, I don't really have anything to say to Peter Pan John Height. So I figured that this week's saw would go out to everybody's favorite. Hey, when was the last time you saw Goodman? Alex, you might want to consider changing your name to Betterman, because good just ain't cutting it for your team anymore. You're 3-6 despite having good players across your team. I mean, your quarterback got you -3 points on Sunday. -3. Granted, he's probably going to score more points than Sanchez moving forward, but I can guarantee you that Sanchez will never get me -3 points. I'd bet the 12 times on that. After a crushing defeat at the hands of Fatrick, your week must be going horribly. I could only imagine. But I wanted to take this time to speak to something else that happened in the world of sport this week. And it was the announcement that Marcus Lattimore made that he was going to be retiring. Now, I don't want anybody to ever forget the fact that you, Goodman, drafted this player. And let us not forget that he never played a snap in an NFL game. Ever. So, you officially have earned the title of worst draft pick in the history of our league. And I can almost guarantee you that that will never be taken away. Ever. You drafted a player who sat his ass on the bench his whole career. Congrats, Goodman. Way to go. Goodman, I just wanted to use this platform again to talk about something besides fantasy football. It actually has to do with another sport, the sport of getting ass and feeling titties. Alessandra's friend Lindsay Rosenjew, she really likes you, man. You just need to make a move. She's told Alessandra. You're not Pat. You do have some game. Trust me, I know. You almost ended up a family member to Andrew Ty. So please, buy her a drink after a long day of doing investments, whatever the fuck you do over there, and feel up on them boobs, okay? So I also want to mention that everybody's favorite pet, Garrett, informed me last week that he will no longer be a part of Joey Lods Has Two Dots. Now, this may come as a shock to you guys, considering all the great things he's done for this league and all the contributions he made. But he basically just told me that he's too big of a pussy and he would never want to face the 12th again. Even when I assured him that there was zero chance of us actually coming in last place, he still decided that it wasn't for him. So, that being said, we consulted with the fatherly figures that help run our team, and we've decided to move forward. And obviously we would need everyone's blessing in the league. But I initially threw out the invite to Pearson Alexander Crass to join our league. Now you guys may think that could be construed as a conflict of interest. With Crass & Co. sponsorship to Joey Lods Has Two Dods. And I understand where you're coming from, but I can assure you he won't. We all know the morals and high values that Pearson holds. And I'm sure he'll bring those same values to the forefront in this league. So, I need your guys' blessing, and I need to know if a change mid-season can be made. So I look to the Brain Trust. You know who you are. Let me know if this is cool, and we can get Pearson acclimated, hopefully get his fat ass on here talking shit by next week. Granted, you guys are going to have to put up with his self-centered, conceited, big-headed, self-absorbed comments all the time, but I can assure you that he can bring value to our team and to this league, especially in the realm of the Yes. Okay? I think Pearson has a lot to offer. And granted, it's not Garrett. It's not everybody's favorite bong-chugging freak show that is Garrett Peterson Shea. Though we will never forget all the epic and cool things he did. Those days are behind him, though. We're never to expect him to do anything that cool ever again. So, Joey Lodds has two Dodds team is pressing forward. And with a huge win this coming week against Goodman, that salamander-looking guy, we're in prime position to make a run at this thing. We might not make the playoffs, but I can assure you that our asses will not be chapped when the season ends. It's looking like either Simple John's team, Goodman after he loses to us, or little Blakey might get their ass beat. And though I might not be there holding the paddle, I will be there watching. So, I don't need you guys to panic, but you're kind of in some deep shit right now. So you better step it up. You better put your best team forward because the season's winding down and there's no margin for error. It's poetic justice that we ended up facing each other this week, Goodman. It really is. So I just wanted to give a quick word from our sponsor/new teammate, Crass & Co. Choose Crass & Co. because being fat and poor is no way to go through life. Look for his fat-ass face in the coming week on next week's edition of the Sahh of the Week. Later, boys.